if you do something that you love, then you will be good at it because you'll care about it. I'm Kat. I am a business psychologist. So essentially, like how can you apply human behavior to the world of work? And my role that I do day to day is that I'm a global director at OpenSignal, looking after what's called sort of people and talent. So what that means is that I look after everything to do with what's called like the employee experience. So your experience as an employee at work. It's a global role, and I look after employees across 8 countries. And the little bit about the company that I work for, they are our kind of high growth organization, and they are a data analytics company that measure mobile network experience. I think I've always been interested in, it's going to sound really creepy, but observing people. It's something that I'm really interested in, like human behavior and like how people interact with each other and the different ways that people kind of experience things and how that can impact what they do and sort of like how they behave. I'm also really into mindfulness, so a lot of like meditation and working on myself in terms of sort of like self-development. And I think all of those things have led me down this path of, managing people operations for companies, because it's at the heart of, people are at the heart of an organization. And if you don't know how people work and how they work with each other, and if you don't look after them, then you don't look after your business. I think although the culture is everyone and it's everything that happens and kind of, how things work around here, I think it does start with how the leadership team treat people. I think it cascades down the organization. If your leadership team do not treat people well, or there's a disconnect between the leadership team and the rest of the organization, and there's that lack of trust that forms, then you're normally going to end up with some kind of toxic culture. I think also what makes a really, really good culture is just having lots of diversity. I think another way that bad cultures can be created is if there's very much the same type of person that's being hired, and it kind of just exaggerates all of those opinions, and it doesn't breed innovation. So I think a big part of having a great culture is where everyone is able to show up to work every day and be themselves and feel like they can be themselves with the other people around them, and to feel like they're heard and that their opinions matter. I think if you can get those things right, then you'll have a great culture, whatever it is that the values are that you want to put on top of that. If I think back to 16, 17-year-old Kat, I was, firstly, my background is, I came from a single parent, like low socioeconomic background. My dad's a builder, with very kind of like up and down levels of work. So we struggled quite a lot in terms of just not really having the right amount of support to be able to get me through education, and just like general hardships that kind of affected my motivation to do well. I was quite a troublemaker when I was 17, but I think it was the year that really changed for me in terms of, I realized that I looked around at everyone else in the school and kind of where they were going. I went to the school that I went to was kind of in the bottom of the county in terms of like academic results. So, I looked at what everyone else might be doing as we finished school, and I thought, I don't want this for me. I don't want this life. And there's nothing bad about that. I just wanted more, and I felt like I could give more. So I think what motivated me at that time was, I was like, okay, I understand that I need to achieve my results, and I just need to get out and I need to go to university, and I need to earn money, and I just need to make a better life for myself, and like direct my own path and not rely on other people. So yeah, I think at the time it was probably money and like success were like the main things that I was about at the time. I think it's really important that you have, especially at that age, I think it's really important that you have someone who supports you in some way. Like, and that could be a friend, it could be someone who's kind of like a support teacher or a teacher. But I think it really helps, because at that age you don't have a lot of confidence about, you know, who you are and what you're going to do with your life. So it's really nice when you have someone who believes in you, and that's not always the case in terms of your parents. You might not get that at home. Big one for me would be like, don't wait for opportunities to come to you, would be the huge one. When I finished university, we were in a recession, so there were hardly any jobs, and the jobs that were available, typically, you know, other people had connections or a network in which they were able to get those jobs. So I actually wrote a very, very long email with my CV, essentially pleading this company to give me a job. They didn't have one, there wasn't an advertisement, but I was like, I'm going to be the best person that you ever hire. And they actually interviewed me, and I got the job, even though there wasn't a job available. So I think just like go out there, use LinkedIn, like use your network as much as possible. Find companies that you're interested in and approach them. Like, just because there's no job on their careers website, it doesn't mean that they might not give you, you know, some work experience, or just like an opportunity to do a couple of weeks, you know, interning or whatever it is. So I think, using the opportunity at the moment, in terms of, you know, everything being digital as well, like so many events and meetups and speaking sort of opportunities where you can hear from people in different industries, they're all online at the moment. So just use this time to soak up all the knowledge as much as you can. Like, knowledge is power. If you do, and it's all online now, so there's like no excuse. So yeah, I'd just say use the opportunities that you, as much as you can, and like don't wait around for them to come to you. And then the other one I would say is like really think about your why. Like, don't get too caught up with like what your friends are doing, or what people that you follow on like TikTok or Instagram, you know, what they're doing, because most of the time you only see what they want you to see. So just think about like, you know, who you are and like what you enjoy doing, what you care about. Like, are you surrounding yourself with people that support you? And I think thinking about your interests and what it is that you want to do for the next few years, and just trying to create a path for yourself around your why, because if you do something that you love, then you will be good at it because you'll care about it. Whereas, you know, if you go down a route that all your friends are going down, or you study something at university, if you choose to go, that other people are doing, or that you're told that you need to study, the chances are that, you know, yes, you may like it and you may enjoy it, but it wasn't your choice. So that's the two things that I think would be my pieces of advice.